Hello, and welcome to this transformational guided journey that will help you dive deep within. You will go beyond ego and move into your soul by following the spiritual journey of the Queen of Heaven and Earth, Inanna. Also, you will be introduced to Inanna's descent to the underworld by following a summary of the ancient story that was retold and structured by authors Diane Wolkstein and Samuel Noah Kramer. Now settle into a relaxed position and relax muscles around your eyes. Relax your jaw, chest, stomach, shoulders. Give yourself a quick massage. And slowly close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. With each exhalation, feel how your body and mind become more tranquil. With each exhalation, you become open to new realms, broader than the analytical mind. Feel how each breath reminds you of the beautiful and authentic you experiencing the shift in the collective unconscious. Feel the healing of the feminine and masculine unconscious with each conscious breath. Inside each cocoon, a butterfly is waiting for its time to emerge from it. Inside of you, there is always a potential for transformation. Sometimes we can't see the depth of transformation because we focus on one limited aspect of reality. We may forget that changes and growth are usually non-linear. We may be attached to our old patterns of thinking, feeling, behavior, or other things without realizing that they don't serve us anymore. They don't serve us for our highest good. They need to be removed or released so that we can move on to the next stage of our development. In the darkest moments of our lives, we can shed the limiting cocoons that have been built around us to let the light of consciousness in. Each membrane of our cells is receiving this wisdom of universal love. We vibrate with this wisdom and align with the truth and transformation. With faith and surrender, we allow everything to flow. What needs to come in, it comes in. What needs to go out, it goes out. In this flow, there is a space for a new creation, cycle, rebirth, reconnection, or ascension. And now, take a look at the darkness, a dark well behind your closed eyelids. There is nothing to be afraid of. We may have adopted negative beliefs around the darkness, We may have assigned various meanings to it, but those are just concepts. When we experience it directly without attaching any idea to it, then we can truly see what arises from it. We can understand it beyond the conceptual world. And now, take a close look into the darkness behind your closed eyelids and see yourself inside many crystal-like cocoons. It doesn't matter how good you are at picturing it in your mind. Evoking the memories or feelings of being enclosed with literal or figurative veils or being trapped can help you. Notice how you breathe inside the crystal-like cocoons. Notice the position of your arms, legs, and entire body. Notice how you feel. Remind yourself of the moments when you felt free, light, and eager for deep knowledge. Ask the goddesses of the moon how to transform a specific cocoon. Ask your higher self to guide you through the stages of your journey. Dive deep and allow yourself to breathe freely and shed the crystal-like layers that need to be shed. In the darkness, the cocoons slowly start to fall, one by one. The pulsating life pushes the layers away. Each breath you take is like a booster to this process of rebirth and expansion. In the following moments, you are going on a journey that has been part of the collective unconscious, going from the erasure of the old self to rebirth. A new self has many challenges and sacrifice, and along this journey, you can feel the support of the ancient Sumerian goddess, the Queen of Heaven and Earth, Inanna, who got the me. The knowledge, powers, rituals, and laws of the civilization. Going from the eraser of the old self to rebirth, a new self has many challenges and sacrifice, and along this journey, you can feel the support of the ancient Sumerian goddess, the Queen of Heaven and Earth, Inanna, who got the me, the knowledge, powers, rituals, and laws of the civilization. You can receive the wisdom from Inanna's journey to the underworld when she was visiting her sister, Ereshkigal, the queen of the underworld who's mourning the death of her husband, Gugalana, the bull of heaven. Inanna's trusted handmaiden and friend Nin Shubar got the message from her to go to the gods and seek their help if she did not return from the underworld in 3 days and 3 nights. Inanna wasn't afraid of leaving her cities and temples and going into the unknown, experiencing loss and suffering, allowing the mystery to reveal new ways of being and seeing things, and allowing the mighty space for resurgence or recovery. In your mind's eye, imagine Inanna wearing her royal robes and garments, Feel her powers that are represented by her crown. String of tiny lapis lazuli, deep blue beads. Double strands of beads. Breastplate, gold ring, white robe, and the lapis measuring rod and measuring line. Feel the readiness, strength, and power of this protector of the city Uruk and royal priestess. Ereshkigal let Inanna in, but she needed to go through the 7 gates bowed down. At each gate, one of her pieces of royal clothes or jewelry was removed. Firstly, it was her crown, then tiny beads of lapis lazuli, a double strand of beads, the breastplate. She asked many whys and what was happening, but each time she was told not to question the ways of the underworld. They're perfect. The next items were the gold ring around her wrist and the lapis measuring rod and line. Again, there were no answers to her question, why? She descended farther, and the last item that was removed was her royal robe. She stood naked in front of Ereshkigal, who killed her. She was turned into a corpse hanging from a hook on the wall. Stripping away pieces of jewelry and garments is like shedding your cocoons. It is the process of embracing your inner darkness and getting to your heart and core of your being whole. And after 3 days, when Ninshipur realized that Inanna didn't return home, she went to the gods for help, but only Enki, the god of waters and wisdom, who rescued her by making 2 creatures, the Kurgura and the Galator from the dirt under his fingernail. He gave them the food and water of life. They slipped into the underworld by following Enki's advice. When they sympathized with Ereshkigal, who was experiencing great sorrow, they managed to get Inanna's release from the underworld. They sprinkled her corpse with the food and water of life, and she went through 7 gates again and ascended. Also, the judges of the underworld demanded that someone had to take her place. She found her replacement, and it was her husband, Dumuzi, who didn't care so much about her and her return. He managed to escape it with the help of the sun god Utu, who turned him into a snake. Later on, he couldn't escape the Gala, the demons from the underworld. They captured him, and he needed to descend and be stripped of his powers. Inanna experienced the great pain of the loss of her husband and understood Ereshkigal's grief and pain. Inanna, Dumuzi's sister, was also grief-stricken. She offered to take his place in the underworld. Then Inanna proclaimed that Dumuzi would spend half the year in the underworld, and his sister, Inanna, would spend the other half there too. And now you may continue to dive deep on this feminine journey and reflect on your unique insights. Or you can slowly open your eyes, stretch your body a bit, and move on when you're ready.